Dr. Rainer, in your book, Change or Die, you told the true story of your father. Can you tell us about that and how it relates to today's church in America?
My father was always my hero. He was a World War II hero. He had 2 Purple Heart medals in addition to other medals that indicated his courage and his strength. He was mayor of a small town in South Alabama. Like anybody, he had his flaws, and one of the flaws he had is, like many of the Depression era kids, he grew up smoking, but he was told around age 50 that. His physician was very blunt with him. He said, Sam, his name is Thom Rainer, you got a choice. You can stop smoking and your lungs will, for the most part, clear up. They'll never be perfect, but they can clear up. Or you can continue smoking, and what I see is you'll die. And Dad was confronted with the choice of change or die. The change would be tough, stop smoking. The other alternative would be death. He did not stop smoking, and by the default mode, he chose death. And even though he probably didn't really think he was choosing it, by not choosing the other option, he chose death. And he died at the age I am right now at 61 years old. So from my perspective, a relatively young man, and taught me an important story about change and how urgent it can be. To connect that to the church in America, most churches, and when I say most, I'm speaking about the majority of churches, most churches are headed in a path of decline or death, one of those two. There are roughly 350,000 Protestant churches, and about 100,000 of those on their current path will die within the next 10 years. Now, that is not a foregone conclusion. That is not some type of prophetic utterance that I can say for certainty, but based upon current trends, 100,000 churches, 10,000 a year will die in the next decade, but all of them have the opportunity, instead of closing the doors and dying, is to change. And they have to change something that is going to be, in most cases, painful, different than they've ever done it before, but that will give them the option of life instead of death.